up, y'all? This Ant Glizzy and this Barber Son TV, and today we got this the No Limit Savage right here, y'all. He the real thing. Allegedly, this is all allegedly, but this how them documentaries. I had to go do my research. At the Memo 600, they said he got touched up by No Limit, and then Cairo do be talking a lot. Like, man, I had to go do some research on what's going on, but I realized Cairo dissed Herbo. Herbo man came home on his cousin, I don't know who he is, little black out with a dress who I'm making a story on right now. He came home from jail, he was hanging with Herbo, but Cairo wasn't around. Cairo was just dissing Herbo months before, but he put it in neutral as Homeboy was home. I ain't see him say nothing about Herbo, he took it back. But let's get into it. So I went and did my research. Allegedly, some guys killed his father. And the get back was ridiculous. Let's just say them guys, 4 guys that was related to that, they got dealt with. The dealt with her came and dealt with him. And he ended up going to jail for it. So he was locked up for it, thinking he was never coming home. He ended up beating it. They let him out scot-free. Whew, I can't make this up. So as he get out scot-free, he's famous now. He got the baddies. He from Chicago. Everybody knows him. He ain't never supposed to come home. With some King Von Part 2 about to go on down here. You hear me? He real quiet, humble, and laid back, too. I see him hanging with Herbo. He chilling. He just playing his role. He get locked up with a switch on. The feds come back and with a switch on. The feds just bagged him with a switch on him. He went back to jail. But I know how you living in Chicago, how you got to live, what you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to survive out here. But I feel you. But I'm here to tell you is, I think he was one of the ones. I'm going to let y'all see what's going on, man. This is the new Barber Son TV. When I get my setup and all my setup done, we'll let y'all know what's going on. I went and bought a tiny home in the backyard of a house. Y'all gonna see it all, man. I'm going to just let y'all see it all. Barber Son TV, with dreams come true, man. He was one of the ones. I'm just going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to let y'all see. Barber Son.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't say anything else.
You icy as hell.
Yeah, you can.
Here's a story coming out of Chicago. For those of you who don't know who Nolimit Wet is, Boo Wet is closely affiliated with G Herbo and charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in connection with a quadruple homicide which took place one day after officials say his father, Jerry Jacobs, was killed.
Make an arrest in a shooting that killed 4 people in the South Shore neighborhood. The suspect lost his father to gun violence just the day before. NBC5's Charlie Wojciechowski joins us now with the story. Charlie.
Marion, and police say the 2 cases are related and both are tied to gang conflicts. Tonight, one man is in custody, 19-year-old Maurice Harris, and investigators say he is not cooperating with them. Police say the quadruple murders outside this South Shore restaurant were a planned execution in retaliation for the murder of Maurice Harris's father, Jerry Jacobs, who, like his son, was a documented gang member.
Jerry Jacobs is murdered, then 24 hours later, his own.
Police say Jacobs was murdered on March 29th, and on March 30th, a gunman walked into the DS Fish and Chicken located on the 7500 block of South Coast Avenue and opened fire, killing 4 victims. The victims are Emmanuel C. Strokes, 28, and Edwin Davis, 32, were fatally shot inside. Officials say 2 other men, 20-year-old Dylan and 19-year-old Raheem Jackson, ran from the scene, but both were found in different parking lots within the block, suffering from gunshot wounds.
They couldn't find the youngest one, so then they just found him and identified him.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to do this to your family?
No, if I find out who did it, I'm gonna show ass. 4 years ago, one of mine got killed on Halstead. The church's chicken up there. Now here 2 at one time. 2 at one time. They trying to kill the Jacksons' grandkids. God.
mother right there that just
Yes.
went by with the police? Was she working at the restaurant at the
Yes,
time?
yes. She been there 8 years.
What is her name?
Dana.
I'm sorry?
Dana.
Dana?
D-A-N-A. That's what I named her when she was born.
That's your daughter then?
Yes.
Dana Jackson.
Yes. Same last name as mine. Raheem and Dylan had the same last name as mine.
Do you know how to spell Dylan? Raheem, T-I-L-L-O-N, or
Yeah.
D-Y? And then Raheem is R-A-H-I-M?
Yeah.
19 and 20, is that correct? They were 19 and 20 years old?
Yes.
Which was 19?
Dylan.
Dylan was younger.
I mean, Dylan was 20, Raheem was 19.
Raheem's the younger one.
Yes.
R-A-H-I-M or N?
M.
M was in Mary?
We had heard maybe there was there were shots fired inside the restaurant, then they came back
Yeah,
out.
they were shooting at somebody, they say, inside the restaurant. My boys just got in the way, I guess.
So they were shooting inside
They
the
got 2 bodies inside the restaurant of somebody else's kids, I imagine. They said it's 2 boys inside the restaurant. So if they got 2 bodies inside and 2 outside, oh, they just killed a whole bunch of kids up today. They killed a whole bunch of them. 4 of them now.
Dylan and Raheem lived around the corner?
Yes.
But you don't know who these 2 victims inside the restaurant are?
No. I just know my baby, one there and one down the street.
So it's 2 separate encounters?
No, that's the way they ran.
Oh, they were inside and they ran out?
No, they was outside. I guess they run in different directions trying to get away from the shots. Because they happened when they came out the restaurant.
How do you describe just what...
Huh?
How do you just describe all this? How do you describe all
It's
this?
saddening to me because they got my babies out here in the rain and the water just laying on the sidewalk. I mean, cover them up or something, just open. They just laying there on the street. They've been out here for almost 4 hours. 4 hours. How do you lay a kid on the ground?
Now, back when this happened, this was actually 2017, and the shooting was supposedly gang affiliated, particularly the Black Peace Stones and the Gangster Disciples. Jacob was also a documented gang member. So one of the reasons why the murder took place at that restaurant, because the mother of 2 of the victims actually works in that restaurant, has been working there for 8 years.
The day before the quadruple homicide happened.
On the wall, some nigga put shots in the face and bitch won't play by my daddy. Red tape on the scene, we hit on my shot. That boy tell him run to his mammy.
Turn that shit to a memory, eh?
That's a memory.
Now, if the story couldn't get any crazier, you would think 3 years later, prosecutors dropped all charges against him.
Murder charges against the man accused of shooting 4 people inside a Chicago restaurant back in 2017 are now dropped. According to prosecutors, the request to drop the case happened because of unreliable witness accounts. 22-year-old Maurice Harris was facing more than 24 counts. One of his attorneys tells the Chicago Sun-Times he expects Harris to be released from jail, quote, relatively soon. Katie Johnston for CBS 2 Chicago.
Now, at the time, prosecutors said at least 2 witnesses identified him as the shooter. 3 years later, however, the Cook County State's Attorney Office dropped all charges, saying that the total of evidence included eyewitnesses' accounts was insufficient to meet our burden of proof, and we are unable to move forward with the prosecution of this case. The Nolimit spent about 3 years in jail waiting for trial. His release was July 2020. Records show he has since gained popularity on social media as a gangster rapper. Songs like 2023's Murder Man, talking specifically about shooting people with pistols converted to automatic weapons using Glocks, which is switches basically.
Public awareness. These things are unlawful.
Unlawful and highly dangerous. This is a Glock switch, a device that can turn a semi-automatic gun into a mini machine gun. And it's easy to get, 3D printed or even bought online. but they are highly illegal under federal law. But that doesn't stop people from around here getting their hands on it. It is our top story tonight at 6. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. So far this year, police and ATF agents have seized 19 Glock switches right here in the state of Kentucky.
Well, fast forward to 2024. Federal agents was executing a search warrant on her apartment building in the 700 block of West 47th Street when they saw Harris lean out of a window with a firearm in his hand and then throw it into the roof of a building. According to the 10-page criminal complaint, the gun recovered from the roof was a Glock pistol with a fully automatic switch loaded with 17 rounds. According to complaints, which include photos of the alleged weapon sitting on top of a pile of snow, it is unclear what the reason for the search warrant was, but federal agents now have him in custody. The charges of possession of a machine gun carries a sentence up to 10 years in prison. In asking that Harris be held without bond, prosecutors played clips of his rap videos, put a judge arguing that by flaunting his familiarity with guns and bragging about shooting people with automatic weapons, he showed his dangerous was a reality, not merely part of AR. Clancy, meanwhile, argued that Harris, who reported making about $15,000 a month as a rapper, was talking about gun violence in his videos because, unfortunately, in society, that's what sells. Well, y'all know that's the story. He's still being held without bond. So y'all know how I do. I'll leave you with a little bit of the social media that I found on the internet. And yeah, like, subscribe. We have more dark issues coming up. I have so much more to give you guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think in the comment section.